Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do the Kraken DR IDR using ICT concepts. It's the weekly review on the 5-minute chart from September 25th through September 29th. Alright, so let's put all the stuff on the chart. This is Monday, okay? So we have a confirmation to go long right here. Now I did change this up. The dark gray is just from 11 o'clock until 1:30. Okay, so that's going to show the time frame that I can trade based on my rules. So I got to take a trade, enter a trade before here, all right, or during this time frame, and ideally I want to have a trade before the 0.5 deviation. So I got to have an ICT concept, either a fair value gap, an order block, any other PD array to get in, and 5 handle stop, aim for 15. That's the goal, 1 to 3. And this is Monday's trade. So Monday, like I said, had a confirmation to go long. We have this long fair value gap, okay? It is, what is that, 6 handles, a 6 handle fair value gap. So I'll take consequent encroachment of that. I'm not taking a 6 handle because I know that it can go anywhere in this fair value gap, and my stop can only be 5. So I'd be aiming for consequent encroachment. So I wouldn't have gotten in right here. Just being honest, I didn't get filled here. I got filled over here because I was just a little bit below those two. Okay, so you don't have to be as such of a stickler as I was on this. So I could have been entered in earlier, but it is what it is. Got in right here, and at 60% on my rules, I take a partial and move my stop to break even. Okay, plus 1 or 2 ticks. Okay, so my stop would have been right here. Price came up, got the 9 handles. That's right there, 9 handles, and then it came down and took me out of break even. So that's why I say this is a 9 handle move. Then break even. Okay, so we got 9 handles on Monday. Okay, let's go back now to look at Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday, let's move this up here. You got a confirmation to go short. We looked back, and our only fair value gap is right here, and then you have a order block right here that's not shown. So when it came back up to the fair value gap in our range, below the 5.5, it's below that, we took our trade. Now we had to sit through, an hour, almost an hour and a half of chop, of break even, losing, break even, losing, things like that. Then it finally took us out at our TP for 15 handles. So this one takes some nerve to sit through this, all right? But you notice that there was never a candle body above the fair value gap. See that? Never a body closed above it. So that was good. That was a good trade. Just it was nerve-wracking watching it play out. Plus 15 handles right there on Tuesday. Let's go to Wednesday. All right, Wednesday. We have it again, another confirmation to the downside to go short. We can't trade anything right here, but this is a fair value gap right here. But we have an order block right touching it right there. So we'll take our, as my rules, I'd rather prefer an order block versus a fair value gap, especially when they're stacked like this, and your stop has to be above the top one, so that really puts it at the order block. So that's when we can get in the trade. If you didn't get entered in right there, you definitely would have been entered right here when it got you in. So I'll move it over here because it definitely got you in based on spread right there. I actually got in right there, so maybe it was just a little bit below. Either way, that was where your handle is. It's 5 stop and you get 15. But look how much of a runner you could have had. I mean, we're at 15 here, but look at this. Just right to there. There's 38 handles. So over half the move, I missed over half the move. A potential move. So on DR IDR, it's really important to move your stop to break even, and then let your runners run because it ran well. And they usually do. The runners, they run really well, and you miss out. I mean, you took 15 handles. Not complaining about that. That is a really good trading day. But I'm just saying is if I had left a runner, could have had a lot more. And so I've got to figure out how I want to trade it. Maybe I trade 3 contracts and go drop down to micros. We took our 15 handles, and that was on Wednesday. Okay, let's go to Thursday. Thursday, unfortunately, I didn't see us trade set up on Thursday. It works out clearly. Obviously, it works out, right? But based on my rules, there's no clear trade setup. You know, we have a order block right here, but it's not a very good one, right? There's no displacement up. There's no fair value gap. So you could classify this as potentially a propulsion block, right? It trades into another order block, and then takes off away from it. But where's your entrance? Where do you enter? You're not, right? You could have. I would not have taken this though, because this right here is a breaker block right here. It's just huge. You would have got consequent encroachment probably was about this line, and you could have entered right there. The problem is I didn't see that, and it's very cherry picked to say here's how you would have entered. So you could have taken this trade if you saw that in there, but because you got a low, a high, a lower low, price trades through it right here, and then back into it, you can take your trade. Let's just move this to 5 right here, and let's do this to 15, if it'll let me. Yeah, fine. If you would have got right on the top, you got right there. You would have got your 15 handles, okay? The fact is that this is such a big breaker block. I would have wanted to come, just like the fair value gap, come down further, not just take the top, the right. So I wanted to come back in, and it wouldn't have gotten me in. So I probably would have been chasing it to go long. So I didn't see a great trade setup there. You could have taken that one, but I didn't. So I missed out on this trade, and I don't chase trades, so that one was just skipped. Shame, because that was another 15 handles. But that's trading, right? You don't see everything. Hindsight's an amazing thing. Now look at this inversion. I just want to show you, because when I move this over, you're not going to see it all. This is an inversion. You also have an inversion that ends up right here that trades through. Okay? Inversion for value gaps, I do trade and watch. I do mark these up as we're going along. I had this from London, waiting for it to trade in. So this one is not cherry picked. This is actually a reason why I took this trade. I was actually watching this. Was looking for it to come trade down here during the silver bullet. Never did. And I wanted to see how it reacted. It traded through it. You could have entered right there. I didn't. Came right there. Could have entered again right there. I didn't. Waited for it right here. Could have entered there. I didn't. Could have waited there again. It's all respecting this inversion for value gap. After several wicks into that, I took the very next one, which luckily I did, because that was the last one that took it in there. But it was obviously clearly rejecting price, and so I was like, you know what, I'm going to take the trade. Ideally I wanted it to come up in here to this order block here, into maybe this fair value gap, but it never did, and so it took it off the inversion. And another 15 handles, and that was on Friday's trade. And so that was a total for the week 54 handles for the Kraken DR IDR using ICT concepts for the week of 9/25 through 9/29.